Hey everybody! Hey, this is Lucas Machino from Comic Crusaders. Welcome to After Dark, where I just sit up for a little while and just get drunk and see what the heck is going on. Today's stuff is going to be brought to you by Tequila. Um, it's going to be brought to you by Casanova Tequila. Stand by. All right, here we go. So, what's going on with the stuff is it's pretty good if you're used to drinking tequila. If not, it's going to smell like straight gasoline. But guess what, man? I'm going to pour one out for my missing comic book soldiers because there's a whole bunch of y'all that couldn't get on or their wives done warrior out during this whole quarantine. And you know what? That's okay. I got replacements for y'all. But once again, so all right, so what I really wanted to do was get on here and talk to y'all about what's going on with Comic Crusaders. This Sunday, on April 5th, starting around 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, that is, for about 12 hours, there's going to be a continuous live stream. They're calling it the Comic Crusaders Virtual Con, where they're going to have different guests. So, for instance, my man Johnny Machine Hughes, he's going to have on Luke Stone, and it's going to be called the TDC, and various other guests. I don't have the list right in front of me, but it's going to be a pretty good show. And of course, I'll be freaking jumping in and out, freaking trying to freaking interlope on other people's shows, acting a fool, getting drunk, acting belligerent, because that's what I do. That's all I do. But most importantly is that what I will be doing is I will be trying to give some stuff away. So start off, and I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to give it away. Is I'm going to start you off with your little survival pack for the quarantine, right? So here you go. This is going to be the first joint I'm going to be freaking trying to give out for those who come in and actually. So for those who don't understand what you're saying a huge dumbass freaking thing of raw paper that's about I forget how many feet. I think it's about 383 feet, and this one is a little bit smaller. This is one of those big industrial things of freaking toilet paper. Plus, you're going to get some towelettes, man. Freaking, y'all think that y'all freaking wiping your butt good with freaking toilet paper? Nope. Freaking got to get that freaking towelette in there. So I'm gonna be. I haven't figured that out yet. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one of those randomizers. Put whoever's names in there in the randomizer and freaking go get it to go. And if enough people freaking get in there, I'm gonna do it several times throughout the day. Cause trust me, I got enough toilet paper to hook up the comic book community. Another thing that I'm going to be looking at to give it away, if we have enough people that actually jump in there, is I've got these really cool figurines from the DC multiverse. So I've got the Green Lantern. There's this really nice Batman figure that's in there. And then what I also got is this really nice Superman. All right. So that's gonna be, and if we have enough people, and I'm telling you, I don't know the numbers right now, but if I'm happy with the numbers that we get for this virtual con, I've got a whole bunch of comic books that I would love to get away or to give away, um, that are in relation to some of the hosts or some of the guests that will be coming on there. So um, if you have nothing else to do that day, absolutely freaking check us out. Make sure you freaking listen in. Um, and at least if you can't get in live during that day, make sure you listen to us afterward. Hit us up with like, and then I'll see about trying to hook everybody up. So it looks like let me see if I can bring this, bro. What's going on, Nemesis? Yeah,
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I was just talking to talking to the virtual con that's happening this Sunday. Starts at 9 o'clock a.m. Are you participating in that virtual con, brother?
Yeah, I want to.
You want to?
Yep.
Okay, but you don't have a time reserved yet, right?
No, no.
Okay. So what this is, what you are on right now is you're on Comic Crusaders After Dark. What I do is usually like around 11:30 or 12 o'clock at night, man. I freaking get on there, I'm getting fucking drunk, and I'm talking shit about everything comic book wise, whatever. So if you want to get on with me early in the freaking morning, you absolutely can freaking get on, and we can freaking talk to stuff or whatever you want to talk about. Um, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some of the other comic book speculators, because comic book speculation is what I do, to get on with me, and we're gonna freaking get up, or yeah, we're gonna get up on early or late Saturday night and just start drinking it and just start talking. So you want to get on there with us? I don't know what your favorite avenue is to talk through is, but what do you like to talk about comic book wise, brother?
I love talking DC and Dark Horse. That's my two favorite things right there. So
All right, all right, all right. What are you reading from Dark Horse right now?
I read Hellboy a lot. Hellboy and
All right.
BPRD. So I'm still reading the Hellboy stuff, and then I also like Dynamite Comics and Valiant a lot too. Reading
Okay.
Rye
Okay.
and Bloodshot and Exo Man of War, and then Vampirella, Elvira, those types of things. That's the kind of stuff I'm into a
Okay.
lot.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Justice
Okay.
League
Now,
Dark.
right now have you seen the Bloodshot movie yet?
Yes, yeah, I did. Yeah,
What did you think?
I wasn't too impressed. I was
Mm,
I don't know. I was
yeah.
expecting more. I thought it was pretty cookie cutter. So I thought the visuals and everything were good. I thought the special effects were good, pretty good, but I was disappointed with the changes they made and the story and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched it with
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
son. We were
Yeah. Yeah.
both really looking forward to seeing that movie after we saw the trailer, and we both watched it.
Right.
We actually turned it off with 5 minutes left. We were like, "Yeah, we're not interested anymore." So,
Well, yeah. I mean, so it was definitely a big budget, like you said, big side effects. Hey, they had big actors in there with Vin Diesel and everything. Um, but the difference in between what was being displayed in the trailer and what made it to the actual movie was totally different to me, right? Um, and then I hate to say this, man, but it took me 5 different times to actually make it through the movie. I'm talking about I'm sitting there on my couch and then I'm just passing out because
yeah,
I'm too sleepy to we can watch it, man. It was freaking boring. I don't know how you make a movie about a killer that's indestructible freaking boring, but they managed to do it,
yeah, that's
and
the
which is
thing.
that's crazy to me.
The action scenes, like all the good action scenes, were in the trailer. It's like there was no other action or anything in it, and then I don't know. There were some things that rubbed me the wrong way from like a trope standpoint too. Like was it Walter Wiggins? That guy is cool as hell in the comics, and they made him out to be the nerdy, like cowardly, standardized, stereotypical
Hacker, right,
character. Yeah, it was just
right.
so bad. It was so it was really
so
disappointing.
yeah, so it's one of those things, man. Like with everything that's happening, and it didn't get to really get fleshed out in the movie theater, so we can see what the actual numbers are. I don't know whether that hurts it right now or whether that helps it. Because right now, if I would have had to go to the movie theater and I would have had to pay my $20 to see this freaking movie, I would have been pissed off, right? But now
That's
you spend your 1999 to watch it in your house. You get to review it and watch it and everything, and that's whatever. But if you're a comic book fan and you are sticking to the actual comic books, yes, you're going to be pissed off. not only that, there's other things that the Bloodshot franchise was setting up. So, for instance, he has a daughter that's out there. He's got other freaking nanites that's out there. I don't feel like they set that stuff up whatsoever. They
No,
didn't set up any of the other properties, which is crazy to me, right? If you did nothing else, at least try and set up some of those properties. And what I might have to do tomorrow is I might have to go back and watch this boring ass movie and see maybe that I'm wrong. Maybe there's some hidden Easter eggs or whatever. But right now, I don't feel like if I had not watched this movie, I don't feel like I would have missed anything,
yeah,
and that's a shame.
exactly.
That is a shame.
My son and I said the exact same thing that you just said, which was if we had paid to see this movie in a theater, we would have been pissed off. We would have been so mad. And then on top of that, what you said is exactly right. As far as they didn't set anything up, they didn't do anything with Project Rising Sun as far as tying it into like everything that's going on in the comics with them. They just seemed to be like some company that was out there. It just seemed really lazy. It really
Right.
seemed like some studio exec or whatever cut the guts out of whatever screenplay they were doing and just said, let's just
Yep.
put a bunch of special effects and Vin Diesel in it and see what money we can get out of it. It just
Right.
it didn't seem like the comic book at all, which was disappointing because I was telling my son all about the comic book before we watched the movie, and we had watched the trailer. I was like, man, this is going to be awesome. This could set up to be a great franchise, and I think your point was spot on. As far as after watching it, it was like they didn't set
Right.
anything up afterwards.
Well, yeah. You know who's going to be the most disappointed right now is there's a whole bunch of people that went ahead and got the Bloodshot first appearance,
Hmm.
and the week after this freaking piece of trash came out, the price on that dropped dramatically. Nobody wants this freaking book anymore. They're trying to freaking get rid of it. But the problem is you can't get rid of it because nobody has any money right now. So it's it is so crazy of what happened right now. So I forget the name of the not the director but the executive that was at the company that he's not with the company anymore and he's doing his own thing. It's got a weird name. He was supposed to be on with us at one time. Um, I'm kind of wondering if that was part of what was why he was pushed out because they already saw some of this going on and they thought it was crappy. And but regardless, I think his name is like this Manajad or whatever. Regardless of what's going on, it is an absolute travesty, an
Yeah,
absolute travesty of what they did with this freaking movie, what they did with this whole franchise. And right now, I feel very sorry for that comic book company that's gotta continue to try and push more stuff out and try
yeah.
and push out a shared universe when nothing was set up.
Well, I
There's
was,
nothing that makes me want to go. There's nothing that made me want to go out. And so for instance, Black Panther Wakanda,
yeah,
right? At the very least, that made people go down to the comic book and say, "Hey, I want to know more about what this Black Panther is." Problem is, Black Panther comic book is trash now, but at least they wanted to go down there right now. They wanted to go down there. With this whole bloodshot thing, nobody's going to want to go down and figure out what's going on right now. Nobody cares, right? There's just another. People got more stuff to worry about right now. So right now, what we're looking at is two back-to-back failures in a comic book movie community. So there's Bloodshot and then Birth of Prey had a really bad showing. I mean,
yeah.
it made okay money, but nobody is like it's crazy. So I hate to switch topics right now, but think about it. We had young girls and old girls and everybody trying to dress up as Harley Quinn. You had the first appearance of Harley Quinn freaking shooting through the roof. You had all these artists freaking trying to draw Harley Quinn, right? And that was a good thing, when it came out from Suicide Squad. Now you got this Birds of Prey trash that just came out, and now nobody wants to touch her. That is crazy to me of how it significantly changed within the last 365 days of this whole Harley Quinn thing, and it's how much a bad movie can absolutely destroy a franchise and destroy a character, so that nobody care that so to make it that nobody wants to care about it. So it's just interesting. But
Yeah, Birds of Prey was not good. And I think the biggest problem I have with that is they keep trying to change the characters. It's like for me the biggest problem was I hated what they did with Black Canary. I
hmm
thought that was terrible. And it's like it had nothing to do with the actress. It's just like it just didn't resemble Black Canary at all. It didn't the
exactly.
costume, the power, everything. It's just not. I don't know. There's the same thing with Bloodshot to a certain extent, though. It's like when you get too far away from what made these characters and these stories so great, and you try and make them into your own vision or whatever, it doesn't work most of the time. So
Right, right, right. So the way I see it, that's maybe the beginning of the end of the comic book, um, the successful comic book movie run where everybody just couldn't get enough of the stuff. Now it's starting to trail off because we've had two doggone movies that were just so lackadaisical in its execution. It's just crazy. Um, so the other big news was the dates for the new Marvel movies. Have you seen those yet?
yeah, I saw they all got pushed. I saw that.
Yeah, they all got pushed out. Black Widow is being pushed to like November or something, and Eternals, a movie that nobody really asked for,
Yeah,
is getting pushed down the line. So let's see. Um, Mother Studios franchise Disney made some release date changes.
I saw that.
Um,
The Flash
yeah,
got pushed to 2022 in July, and like Captain Marvel 2, which I don't know. In my personal opinion, I don't know who wants to watch that, but that got pushed to the week after the Flash. So yeah, it's crazy. It's like there's going to be a long amount of time with no movies and no comic book movies, and I'm
ooh, right.
wondering
So
what
so
that's
here it
going
is.
to do.
So just like we forecasted at the MGM's No Time to Die, moved to November. Black Widow is taking over Eternals November 6th slot, which is starting off an evil Marvel pick chain reaction where February 12th of 2021. Shang-Chi now moves to May 7th, 2021, which was Doctor Strange's 2's old date. Doctor Strange 2 now moves to November 5th of 2021. Thor Love and Thunder's old date, Thor Love and Thunder, now moves to February 18th of 2022, which was the spot for an untitled Marvel pick, which was the Black Panther number 2, and which right now, for the time being, remains on May 6th. And Captain Marvel 2, a movie that nobody wants right now or cares about, is
Yep.
now set for July 8th, 2022. So there you go.
Yeah, here I am.
It is.
Mm.
It's a doggone shame. There's a lot of people out there that were I'm coming at everybody from the comic speculation point of view. There's a lot of people that put a lot of money. I'm betting on some of these comic books that Marvel is putting out, and they were hoping that the dates would be correct, and then all of a sudden this happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, shit happens, right? Um, but if I were into this stuff and I already had these first appearances and I didn't love these characters, if I were you, I would fucking jump, freaking sell the hell out of my stuff right now. Right now, while people still think they've got a little bit of money, especially for people that got this little stimulus check, so people ain't gonna freaking just buy what they should be buying. People are gonna be just buying crap until they realize, oh shit, I really need to pay some bills. So,
Yeah, I got
it's
a blood,
crazy, man.
I got a Bloodshot first appearance signed by Tim Seeley in January, but that's just
Okay, okay.
I collect it, But I could tell, he was talking up the movie a lot online, and then he went and saw the
hmm
movie and he went quiet. He wasn't talking about it anymore. I was like, I should have known right there that something was up. Something was up with the movie.
Jesus. Oh no, incredible, man. Incredible. incredible. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. You know, I mean, I have I don't have ADHD, man. I can pay attention to stuff, and when it comes to me that I'm falling asleep trying to watch a movie, because I'm like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to freaking pay attention to this movie, and then I'm going to maybe write something about it on freaking Comic Crusaders, do some shit like that. I couldn't. I couldn't. Do we even know? Did anybody even write a review for Bloodshot and Comic Crusaders? I don't think anybody did. Did
Kevin
they?
Given did. Kevin,
Gavin did one.
yeah,
Okay.
he gave it a 2.5 out of 5, which I think was a little generous.
That much?
Yeah,
See,
literally,
you need to stop with the bullshit. You need to stop with the bullshit. That's too good.
my son
That's
and
too
I
good a review.
were watching the movie, and then after that there's a final fight scene, and then there's this whole drama at the end where he's like talking to the characters and they're interacting and they're doing whatever they're doing. And I looked at my son, I was like, I'm gonna turn this off. I don't care. And he's like, I was thinking the same thing. And he's like, I was like, both of us were talking. We're like, we don't care what these characters have to say. We saw the last fight scene. We're done. We're out. Cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just like, yeah, it's over. We don't want to hear anything they have to say. We're done. So.
Right. See, another big problem is that I have that AMC Movie Pass, which is amazing, by the way.
Mhm.
Right. If you have a chance to get it, that AMC Movie Pass is amazing because you get to see 3 movies a week, not a month, a week. That's freaking amazing, right? So I'm at the movies all the time, or I was at the movies all the time, right? The problem is that when you have so many trailers, right? And I'm there early, I'm there time, and I'm seeing the same bullshit from Bloodshot over and over, and I'm seeing the same movie freaking over. So I'm basically seeing the whole freaking movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's the big problem. That I saw the whole freaking movie during the freaking trailer.
Yeah.
You know, and then once I get to the movie, there's no other push for anything else that's going on. It's a whole mess, and I just feel sorry. I just feel sorry for that whole company, man. Freaking
Yeah, especially
it's a mess, man.
It was such a big opportunity for them to break out, because I think people are like, you got Marvel, you got DC, and then along comes something different, and they hose it up. I think they'd be better off going with like Legion M or something like a smaller company that does stuff right, because less special effects, more story. That could have been an awesome show. I mean, even the fact that I don't know. I saw in the trailer that Vin Diesel, there's this one scene where his skin is gray and everything, just like in the comic book.
Right.
Don't look like the whole time, and he didn't. He just looked like Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was joking around with my son, and I was like, at one point, I was watching. I was like, "Hey, look, Dom Toretto's on screen." So it was like from Fast and Furious. It was just like
right, which I don't get, right? Because it wasn't like he was trying to blend into to society or anything, right? If he's just waking up, right? Maybe just do the thing. Hey, this is what you're doing. Hey, this is what you're built for. Go kill bad guys. Got it. But there was no, hey, you're blending into society. In order to do that, that's why we changed your skin back to normal. Nope, there was none of that. It was just, hey, you woke up normal. You woke up looking like everybody else. Go forth and do great things, which was freaking stupid. I don't know. Yeah, they're just sitting bad precedent.
It didn't feel like a Bloodshot movie at times. It felt like a Vin Diesel movie. I was like, I literally thought I was watching, Triple X3 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So, and then the spoilers, the whole thing with the wife, it wasn't the wife anymore, and all that other stuff. It was just freaking ridiculous. So I'm trying not to give everything away, but if you haven't seen it already, and I probably a lot of people don't want to see it for the $20, and I don't blame them. It's just,
if I had to give it, tell people what the value of the movie is, I would say it's a bargain bin movie. If you want to, it's the kind of movie when you're drunk with your friends, you eat some pizza, and you're watching it and you're drunk and it's one of those where you're all looking at the explosion. You go, God, it's the coolest movie I ever saw. You know? And then you wake up the next morning and you're like, what were we watching? You know, it did
Exactly,
that.
right? Oh my goodness, man. So it's just tough, man. It is going to be a tough few months for comic book movies, for comic books, all in general. Um, so for anybody that watches this in the morning, um, what I do want to encourage people to do is if you have any comic book shops that might need some help, that might need a little pep up or a little freaking publicity, do hit us up at Comic Crusaders because I'm all about freaking looking out for the little guy, looking out for the local comic book shops. Rob Liefeld, he's been trying to do his part, man. He's been doing auctions like on regular for the last few days, just trying to sell all of this stuff and then giving all the proceeds
Yeah.
to whatever local comic book shop that he can.
I saw Jim
But
Lee's doing something right now.
oh, okay.
He's auctioning off a bunch of stuff. Um, Donnie Cates is doing something. I saw DC finally
Ooh.
stepped up and donated $250,000 to local comic book shops. So, I mean, you'd wish they'd do a little bit more, but hey, 250,000 is 250,000. So, you know, that'll help.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 250,000 is absolutely brilliant, especially when they don't even know where their next meal is coming from.
Right, right.
So I don't, you know, I don't beleaguer any of that stuff. Trying to help, you can help out with $1, you can help out with $1. So in fact, that's what I might do because I'm trying to figure out, what to do because I've got, I want to give this stuff away, but I'm actually might freaking auction this shit off. I've got freaking tubs and tubs of this fucking toilet paper. So my thinking, I don't know whether, yeah, that's what I might actually do. I might razz this shit off, and then all the proceeds goes to a local comic book shop. And for
Give
people
it
that
to
think
them.
this is the regular shit, yeah, this ain't that regular shit, man. These are fucking huge ass freaking. This one is the little one, right? So this one is the big one, and this is about 300 feet. This is about 800 feet of toilet paper, and this is that 2-ply stuff, man. And then, so this is your COVID survival pack.
Hey, I got a wife and 2 daughters at home. Give it another week, I may be bidding on it myself. So,
Hey, you want to get on it? Let's get on it, man. Freaking, and then we might have to razz these DC multiverse freaking figurines and all this other stuff. This is going to happen all during the virtual con on Sunday, April 5th. And Nemesis, you say you might be able to freaking get on early with us. Freaking, I don't know if you drink it all. Actually, I don't. Do you drink it all, man? Because that's what I'm all about. I'm about freaking.
I don't drink anymore, but I enjoy my life. So I'll come on. I don't drink, but I do partake of some herbal remedies. So I'll just put it at that. So
okay. So what I've been looking into is apparently there's some non-alcoholic whiskeys and tequilas out there. So I might have to freaking get some of that stuff just to figure out what's going on. Because I hope my wife, she's friends with a whole bunch of pregnant ladies, and they come over to the house looking at me all pissed off.
yeah,
They smell my shit and they're freaking pissed off about it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the con on Sunday. I actually, one of the guests is somebody I talked to, and he's coming on. He's the writer on Elvira for Dynamite.
Yes. So I've been trying to hook that. I've been trying to get on there with him, but I've got so much other stuff going on because I grew up watching Elvira and her late night shows. I love Elvira. The stuff that the company that has been putting out her stuff has been amazing. It's still a little sexualized, but guess what? It's still amazing.
Yeah.
Like Lupio Perillo has been putting out some amazing stuff. And it is what it is, man. Freaking. So I would love to. I'm going to try and sneak in an antelope onto that interview with the dude.
He's a great guy. I met
him
at Long Beach con. I was expecting to have a whole con season this year, and I went to Long Beach in February, and that was it. It's over. It's done. So,
Yes, yeah. So yeah, you're a big con guy, right? You're a Comic Con guy. You can almost go to like a whole lot of the big cons.
there's a
Um,
bunch of out here. I just started going last year actually. With
okay.
Once I got with Comic Crusaders, I'd never gone before, but yeah, I've really gotten into them. Supposed to be going to WonderCon next weekend, and that got
Mm.
canceled a few weeks ago. And while we're on it, I was supposed to go with one of our partners that we partner with, Keith.
Citrix.
Yep. Um,
Okay.
from We Are Critics. I just want to give a shout out to him. I hope he's feeling better. He's laid up with this crap that's going on. So uh,
Right. Yeah, yeah, it's tough, man. Freaking, but right now the numbers, and this is April 4th, 2020. Right now the number is 1,020,000 people. So he's not alone.
yeah,
There's nothing that he necessarily did wrong. He's just just in the shit, man. Freaking.
yeah,
It's going to be one thing to be on the front lines, but when you're behind the freaking, you're fighting for your life. It's a whole totally different thing. So, yeah, the dude is in my prayers, and we're talking about Klep, the CEO of Citrix. Hopefully he pulls through so we can continue working with the guy, and hopefully saw some peace that this dude
yeah, definitely.
is. I mean, this is some shit, man. Freaking, this ain't.
Yeah, you
This
have
is
to forgive
not
my
like.
janky eye over here, by the way. My eyes all messed up today, so I'm looking like I took a shot in the eye or something. So,
Hey, just as long as you're not coughing, hacking, and sneezing with the fucking sweating and the fever and
no.
all that shit, man. It's all good, man.
Man, the Howard
But
compound is locked down. We,
is it?
we are isolated. So we're growing our own vegetables and
Freaking,
everything, man. We got a little we got a big backyard, so we got like chickens and vegetables, and we got the whole thing. We're ready to go. So
yay! You got to do what you got to do, man. That's those are some good ideas, man. But it's so frightening right now because when this thing all started, they were like, hey, no, you're gonna have symptoms like the flu, but it's nothing to be worried about. Now it's like, oh crap, there's a whole bunch of stuff to be worried about. It's like, hey, should I worry about wearing a mask, man? Just wash your hand. Now it's like, oh shit, yeah, now wear a freaking mask. That's what they came out with
yeah,
today. Wear if you're going outside, wear a freaking doggone mask.
yeah.
Um, so
We're,
it's scary because we don't know what we don't know, right? I mean, I remember back. I remember when it was only like a couple months ago when we were still arguing with where the hell the thing came from, whether it came from a freaking guinea pig or freaking or fighting on. So I don't know, freaking, and you can't even freaking get hand sanitizer anymore, right? I never
yeah,
thought that in my lifetime that this would be a better investment than my comic books. This is crazy right now. Um, freaking got dudes getting raided because they freaking decided to buy some freaking mask.
funny story.
Um,
My wife went out food shopping this morning. She comes back and she's like doing the dance of joy because she found toilet paper. So she's like she's scouting.
really?
Yeah, she found toilet paper. She's like, look at it. It's like we scored toilet paper yesterday because we went out food shopping the day before, and then we scored toilet paper this morning, and we're on top of the world. We're like won the lotto. So yeah, it's crazy
um,
times, man. It's like
yeah, I
I live out here in
mean,
California.
is.
I was gonna say we live out here in California. So dude got arrested for surfing today. It's all over the news and stuff. So that's just some crazy stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, it's getting crazy in India, man, because they really don't give a damn. Because there's dudes out there, they're trying to do their regular Hamas, they're going to church, whatever. The cops, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about human rights. They're freaking rolling through the churches and the mosque and everything, whipping the hell out of dudes. Like, oh,
Really?
okay. You thought you wanted to roll out? Okay. And they got the big ass freaking bamboo sticks, whipping the hell out of people, man, because they just
Wow.
don't want to listen. You know.
Yeah, that's what's crazy right here. It's like
TikTok is
some people are.
freaking.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like a delay or
Oh,
something.
go ahead, man. Okay,
No, I
man.
was just saying it's crazy. It's like people don't want to do what they're saying. It's like I don't want to rat out my local comic book store, but everything's supposed to be closed except essential businesses, and evidently the people at my comic book store think they're essential because they're still rolling. They're open. So it's like I don't know what they're selling. I went in the other day. I picked up some of my poles, and I'm going to help them stay in business. I'll you know go in with a mask on and pick up some dollar comics or something to help them out. But I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I love comics, but I don't think they're essential.
Right. I mean, they're supposed to. I mean, at the very least, what they're supposed to do is curbside, right?
Yeah,
So you're supposed to be able to call up, hey, put these books in my bag, and then they charge you over the phone or whatever. And then you come up, and then you roll out, and then they meet you at your car. They give you your shit. You're not supposed to be going inside the business. That's supposed to be a no from now on. Hey, no more going inside these businesses until we figure out what's going on. Um,
yeah.
hey man, fucking bless your heart, man. It's just this, and they're freaking not. I mean, just for the last week, we still had barbershops and nail salons still open, even though the governor said close that stuff down, but the people were still freaking opening that stuff. I don't freaking get it. But then again, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so people think it hasn't hit yet, but it's slowly but surely coming at, and then we got another problem is that people that were over there in like New York, whatever, they're coming out to here because they think it's safer out here, and they're bringing all that bullshit with them. So we're dealing with that, man. But
Cool.
God bless,
Here,
God bless the freaking comic book shop.
we're making homemade masks here. My daughter just got her mask finished. She's showing it off to me. So.
Okay, go ahead, show it off, put it on screen. Let's see that. Let's see it.
You want to show it off? All right, let's see. Hold on, let me turn on the light here. There it is.
All right. Okay, so hey, this is Lucas Machina from ComicCrusaders.com. We are having I don't know what your name is, but we are
This is
having
Cheer.
part of the Nemesis family model off her brand new homemade freaking mask. Um, can you tell me how much effort, how many man hours went into making how many man hours went into making this mask, and what does it to make this mask?
Let's see. Let's see if I can get my wife on. There's my wife.
Oh, hello.
How long did it take you?
Hey, how's it going, man?
It was about between half an hour and 45 minutes. Just because
Okay.
altogether, because I washed it and dried, ironed it, cut it out, sewed it. So it takes a little bit of
Okay.
time. But it's 100% cotton, both the outside and the inside. And then I know there's no elastic anywhere, so I just used ribbon instead.
Okay. Now, some people are putting inside the little mask those little filters, those house filters. Is that what you did, or you just went with the cloth option?
I just went with 2 layers of cotton.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Well, hey, do what you got to do.
yeah.
Yep.
So there, you get a little intro to the Nemesis family there. So that's my youngest daughter and my wife there. So yeah,
Hey, God bless them, man. Freaking, it's going to be like the purge in a minute, man.
yeah, I
Freaking,
know.
it's crazy. So, so what's crazy is so when this stuff really started hitting home for me is I'm at Costco, and this is like maybe a month ago, and I'm at Costco, and I'm just doing my regular shopping, da 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 d, and then I'm just trying to get the water, and there's a long line around where the water's at. Trying to get the water squeezed by people, and people are looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm just trying to get the water, and then I see it's going around the corner, so I had to ask you. I was like, "My man, what is this line for?" And he says, "It's for paper towels." Like paper towels. Like what? But then in the meantime, I see off to the left, I see a whole bunch of paper towels. It's like the bounty, right? The bounty paper towels.
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, there's a whole bunch of paper towels right there. But then when they started loading off the freaking crates, it was the cheap stuff. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So call my wife up and say, hey, do we need paper towels? She's like, no, we got a lot. All right, cool, great. Um, so I was like, hey, do we need toilet paper? She was like, no, we got enough. I was like, okay, we got enough. All right, fine. And then and then and then I go home, and then I was like, I don't know what's going on, but let me count. I'm about how much stuff we got. And I'm like, blah 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 blah. Boom, we got that, got that. By Monday, shit hits the fan, right? Freaking you need freaking toilet paper. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you got 2 weeks of toilet paper. That's not going to be enough. Hand sanitizer, whatever you got, that's not enough. Hand soap, whatever you got, that's not enough, man.
Yeah.
Freaking meat, if you got meat, that's not enough, right? It's amazing how when you thought that even when you have like a 2 week supply, that's not enough. And right now, you can't. If what's crazy is I would go into Amazon, I was like, okay, they got it, but it's not arriving till April. I don't need. I'm not going to need it now. I'm wishing I would have got some of that stuff because it would have been just arriving just right now, and I wouldn't have to worry about how I'm washing my hands. Even though I'm in the house,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm in the house and I can wash my hands with whatever. Um, but it is amazing, man. It is amazing how crazy this stuff is, man. I wish I would have freaking went to the comic book store too and bought some more comic books so I could freaking read around this doggone house. That's
Well,
something we can read right now.
the weirdest thing for me was going to the grocery store and going down aisles and looking for something, and then it's not there. Like it's empty. Like I went to get rice. And it's like there's no rice, there's no ramen and stuff like that. That's just weird. Living in this country,
Yeah.
I guess we're spoiled. We're spoiled.
Yeah.
So it was definitely
Well,
a strange experience.
right. So in Costco, like the shelves are empty. Walmart, a lot of shelves are empty. However, if you really want to get some stuff, go to the little corner bodegas in in the African American neighborhoods. Shit is stocked. No, that shit is not empty. You know why? Because in some of the black neighborhoods, they don't buy stuff till first and the 15th. That's just the way it is. I'm not lying. That's the same thing for we got this little around the way. They have no problem. They still had toilet paper. They still had rice. They still had meat. They still had everything, right? Vegetables, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. They got all that stuff. I don't know whether it's because people are afraid that because it's owned by foreigners that it might have some extra syrup. I'm not sick. I'm good, right? So if you really, really, really need that stuff, go ahead and go down to the African black neighborhoods, go to the corner stores, get some stuff from there, or go to some of those international markets. I
Yeah.
wouldn't go to some of those open markets, but some of that stuff is still good.
Out here, the Mexican supermarket chains and the Asian American markets all have stuff, which is crazy to me. It's like I don't understand why people are going to the especially the Asian American markets. I mean, it's not stuff that's coming from Drake from Wuhan or anything like that, but nobody's going. So it's like, hey, go in, you can grab everything's there. So, but yeah.
Well, it's one of those things, right? Like we suspect. Well, what we know is the fact is that the first cluster was notice coming from the Wuhan seafood or whatever open market. But
Yeah.
the thing is that with how many numbers that we've got right now,
What here in this
and
country?
and everybody's just noticing it in January, but for a fact, the guys on the back end know that the clusters that they announced in January were actually happening since November.
Mm,
Here's the thing: I'm a close follower of TikTok. There was a guy in TikTok back in November after the Thanksgiving break that said, "Hey, this dude just got this student. I mean, he was at Chicago University. He said, "Hey, there's this dude that just got back from from China. He's at the infirmary, and they just quarantined the infirmary." That was back in November.
that's
He says
crazy.
they're not putting it out in the news, but hey, he's like, they're just shutting it down, right? And that was back in November, at the end of November. So this stuff, so what they're, I don't know what's going on. I think that the SARS-CoV-2 has been around for maybe at least a year at the very least. I think they're just noticing it now. I think they're just able to sequence it now and notice that it's different than SARS-CoV-1.
Hmm.
Um, and we're paying dearly for not noticing that right now. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that the CDC and who they're putting out and everything, and then next thing you know, 2 weeks later. So, for instance, don't wear a mask because that's nastier. And now we're saying, all right, let's put on a mask.
Yeah,
Everybody put on gloves. What? you know?
that's
Now, first they were saying, well, hand sanitizer is is okay and everything, and it works. Now they're saying, nope, just wash your hands.
yeah.
But I'll tell you what. So there's an persistence of viruses on surfaces. Because remember, they were saying, hey, by Easter, by springtime, this thing should hold all blow over, right? And that was
Yep.
2 weeks ago. There's a study called the persistence of viruses on surfaces that says, hey, that thing could be around for at least 39 days. At least 39 days. So
Wow.
where they got 2 weeks from, I don't freaking know. And
Yeah.
then they're saying, hey, use hand sanitizer because that's the best stuff out there. Well, according to that study, the best stuff out there is iodine, right? But we're out there going crazy over hand sanitizer, right? And then the study also said, well, hand sanitizer reduces the amount of the virus. It doesn't kill it; it reduces it,
Hmm.
right? So you be using the hand sanitizer and it's still on you, right? And in fact, there was another one by another one that came out just this week. It says, yeah, I think it said there was like 55 people, and they used the stuff that was in hand sanitizer and bleach to wash their hands. And each and every single time out of that 55, 10 people had zero viruses. That means 45 people still had that virus still on them.
Wow.
So Um, so what the problem that I foresee is that there's a lot of science that's still out there that CDC and WHO are not using. Um, and I get it why, because they don't want people to panic. Too late. People are already panicking. People are already doing whatever, and they're hoping against hope that this whole self isolation thing is going to work and everything. And I don't think it's that when you're talking about this whole social distancing thing, I don't think it's that they're hoping that the virus will die. I think they're hoping that the people who have it will die.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a more realistic mathematical thing that would actually make more sense. Because from what I've seen of the way the virus works, the virus is not going to freaking die. I mean, think about this. Those two ships, there's the Grand Princess and the Diamond Princess, that disembarked 3 weeks ago. They got everybody off those ships. And so, okay, maybe within a week or 2 weeks it'll be gone. It'll be gone. They went back on those ships, and the virus was still there,
Wow.
and not just a little bit of stuff. I mean, the most potent form of that virus. So I don't want to bring people down, but that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, it's crazy for people like me who are just kind of following along with what you see on the news and stuff like that. It just seems like nobody knows what they're talking about. It really seems like everybody's just kind of making it up as they go along. And like I remember talking to you when this all started out, and you were taking it real seriously, and like I was going with what's going on in the news, and they were like, "Yeah, they were having the soccer season that started here in the United States." And I went to a game. That was like the beginning of last month, like beginning of March, and they told everyone, as long as you wash your hands and you just stay distant from people, you'll be fine. So it's like I went to a soccer game with, 30,000 other people, and we're like milling around and going through the game and everything, and we're fine and everything. But it was like looking back in time, that was probably not the smartest move. you know,
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, you know, I see. I don't know what to say, man. Yeah, I do remember those conversations. I do remember some of the conversations that I had with the professor and Johnny the Machine Hughes, and they were saying, "Oh, it's once again," they were saying it's just the flu, right? Problem is that wasn't just coming from them; it was coming from the media,
Right.
right? And that's fine. I get that. I see where they got that from. The problem right now is the media is now trying to blame the government.
Mm-hmm.
Government was just going off of the information that they had at the time. Some of them weren't even going to some of the studies. They weren't going to some of the science. They were just going off of what the media was saying, right? So if you ever hear Trump saying something absolutely stupid, guess what? There's only a freaking media source that that he's going off of, you know, because he's one of the most powerful men in the world, and you would expect that he could just go, "Hey, man, bring me the top scientific expert on that topic right there," and then he could come out and talk about it, seem smart and everything. But that's not what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to the top social media source, whether it be Fox News or whoever, and says, "All right, this is where you know why? Because the way they package their information is so that the average third grader or fourth grader can understand. That's why he does it. That's why he does it. And that's why that's why some of the stuff that he says doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to you because guess what? You're smart. However, however, what he's saying wasn't packaged for you, smart person. It was packaged so the average individual adult who has a third grade understanding of what he's talking about can understand.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Plus,
Don't get mad.
there's so much information out there. It's like you don't know what to believe and who to believe. It's like
Mhm.
you read, depending on where you read, it's like I have a lot of time on my hands, so I'm reading stuff from all over the place. And you could read 6 stories and get 6 different pieces of information, 6 different
Mhm.
views on what's going on. It's like, how do you decide what is real and what's BS? It's just really hard right now. It's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's not just with this. That's just in general. That's just a general statement. You read. That's been like that for years. You read a news article, and depending on what news article you read, the same event can be. You could look at it and think 6 different events happen, and it's the same thing depending on what you're reading. So that's been
Right.
a
Right.
problem for a
Right.
long
Right.
time. So
Yeah. I mean, and that's just what it is, man. Freaking because what people got to understand is that these news, these news, whatever, they're not selling you necessarily just selling you information. They're selling you products.
right,
They're selling you narratives, right? People complain, well, they lied to us, whatever. That's not because they're trying to mislead you. It's because they're selling you a product. So, for instance, when I go talk to my bosses, I've got 3 sentences. That's it. I've got 3 sentences to tell them to get them to understand what I'm talking about. It. If they want to know more, they'll ask me. They want to know what am I talking about, why is it happening, and what the heck we can do about it. That's all they want to know, right? If after I'm done with my 3 sentences, they can repeat. If they can repeat what I'm saying, then they'll be more interested. If they can't, then guess what? You're done, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you gotta evaluate when you're listening to this stuff. You know, what's happening, why is it happening, and what does it mean to me, right? So 2 months ago, or 2 or 3 months ago, back in January, when everybody's talking about the freaking stuff, as far as everybody is concerned, it's all the way out in China. It doesn't concern me. There's nothing I can do about it. But now that it's here, guess what? I gotta freaking keep myself in the house. I gotta freaking wash my ass, freaking wash everything. I'm buying groceries, and guess what? I'm freaking wiping down all my groceries with Clorox bleach and all that other stuff, man. I am not playing. Freaking, oh man, oh I gotta take a shower. Guess what? I'm freaking spraying myself down with freaking a gallon of freaking iodine, freaking, you know, just trying to just freaking keep it going. So, in the meantime, freaking just to keep myself occupied, watching binging the hell out of every freaking movie and TV series I've ever wanted to watch, man. Freaking,
Yeah, no kidding.
so
I just
yeah,
started
I mean,
to I started a new column on Comic Crusaders for everybody, the lockdown viewing guide, because I'm like, man, people are going nuts. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna start writing an article about the stuff I'm watching, so people get to have some ideas on what to watch or something. Because people
yeah.
are going through everything. They're tearing through all the shows. It's like, go back and watch some of the old
So
stuff.
so right, so because I wrote an article on what to read, right? That one included The Last Man. I'm talking about Mary Shelley's The Last Man. And then there was Why the Last Man, which was a great comic book series. And then what else was there? I forget the names of the other two, but there's some really good ones. And I went by, of all the information that's coming out there right now, of what they say to do, what not do. What are the greatest comic books? What are the good comic books out there to watch? And so, or the good comic books to read? Excuse me, the freaking tequila's hit me a little bit. Um, but yeah, that's another one. That's another good article that we need. What to watch, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the basis is always going to be, that's the number one to watch. Is you start with Contagion, right? Contagion is always going to be the best one out there. And then you got there's the Carriers, and that's an okay movie. If you want to have a little fun, there's all types of zombie movies out there. What struck me was I just watched The Seventh Seal, which was an Ingrid Bergman movie.
Love
That
that movie.
one, that last half of that, yeah, that one was freaking. I was like, that the last half of that was freaking awesome,
Yeah.
right? If you love black and white movies like I do, um, I'm trying to think of some offhand, some other good ones. But there's
Outbreak.
Outbreak. Yep,
Uh,
Outbreak's a really good one.
Andromeda Street.
Um, and I'm just saying, I watched. In fact, I watched all those two again this week.
12
Um, 12 Monkeys. That's in my list to freaking watch. Maybe I'll check that out again tomorrow. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Oh, so Netflix has a good um as a good series. It's called The Kingdom. Granted, it's a zombie movie, but it's it's out of feudal Japan, and it's got some great freaking zombie freaking flu carrier bullshit out there. But it's actually pretty freaking
Oh,
good.
I gotta check that out. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so there was another zombie movie, and I forget the name of it. That's out of Africa, right? And the reason why this particular movie is good, and you can just type it in like zombie Africa, whatever, and zombie movie Africa. And the reason why that was such a good is because when you consider zombie movies, right? Oh shit, I gotta hide. Let me go ahead in this building. Well, in a part of the zombie apocalypse that they were shooting, guess what? There's no fucking buildings. There's huts. How you gonna hide from a zombie in a freaking hut?
Yeah.
Dude, the dude was trying to run away from zombies, and guess what? He had to run up a freaking tree. Guess what's up in a freaking tree? A freaking lion. Oh shit. what you gonna do? So the same kind of what the heck you gonna do for Kingdom was awesome for was also for the Kingdom, which is a great Netflix series, because it go say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run into this building, but guess what? Most of the buildings are made out of paper. So what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Um, it is a great series that I'm surprised that nobody's talking about. Probably because everybody's watching the Tiger King,
Yeah.
um, and freaking making memes out of that freaking crazy ass freaking thing. But it is what it is when it comes to that type of stuff. Um,
From video game perspective, a game that I started playing a while ago, and then I reloaded it up and play it, and it was fun then. It's a little too close to reality now, but it's also kind of educational on how viruses spread and everything. There's a game called Plague Incorporated that came out a while ago, and you actually
hmm
play as a virus, and so you mutate
Okay,
yourself and you spread across the world and everything. It was a cool game back in the day just to play from a you know
that was a mobile game, right?
no, it is on mobile, but it's also on PC, and you can play it on PC as well. It's on Steam. You can pick it up there. Um, it's a cool game, but with everything that's going on now, it's like it's interesting to play it and see like the way it spreads, and it starts off small, and then all of a sudden balloons, like a little too close to home now, but it's a good game. So if anybody's looking for a game to pick up and play, so there's also a board game that they turned into a video game called Pandemic, which is pretty good.
Ooh,
So yeah, there's some stuff out there like that. I don't know. Some people probably don't want to play it just because it's too much like what's going on in the real world. But I think it's pretty interesting. So a little morbid because the whole point of the game when you play Plague Incorporated is this virus is you're trying to wipe out the human race. So it's like
mm,
that might not be something people want to do if if they're not in the right mindset or whatever. But it is
yeah.
interesting. So because you can mutate the virus and stuff like that, and you see how if it mutates, how it can help the spread and things like that, and everything like that. So
Ooh,
it's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. Interesting times, man. Freaking 2020, man. Freaking the wasted year, man.
Yeah, it
I
is
don't know.
really odd. And then I think of people like my daughter is a senior in high school, and
Oh no.
yeah, they just can't.
Tell her I'm so sorry, man.
Yeah,
Freaking that sucks, man. The best year, the best year when you just got some type of hold on the world, man.
yeah,
Your senior year, man, when you get to rule the halls of something. That's the last time you might get to rule the halls of something.
yeah,
Is your senior year of high school, freaking, and then she's, I guess she's probably gonna miss out on her senior prom or whatever, and
yeah,
then all that other stuff. So, oh man, that is tragic, man. I was seeing all types of memes of people just absolutely distraught, man, because if nothing else, man, freaking all those last moments just all of a sudden done.
yeah.
You
I
know.
feel bad. She's the and it's exactly what you were saying before too. They originally said that the schools were going to be out for 3 weeks. Then it was till April 30th because my wife's a teacher as
Mm.
well. And then the other day we got the call and it was like, yeah, school's done. It's over. You're not coming back this year. So, so that it's like they just put the kibosh on the whole thing. So all of California, there's no more school. It's over.
Oof.
And they're saying they don't even know if they'll go back and start next year on time. So the next school year starts at the end of August, and they're not even committing to that, which is really just it's really odd, It's
Yeah.
really a strange thing.
Because you know, of all the things that's happening bad right now, the people I see all of a sudden people are still making plans. So for instance, you're talking about Black Widow coming back, and or when is it Black Widow in November and all this stuff. It's like, look, you might want to keep not making any plans until they have enough test kits for every single man, woman, and child.
Hmm.
Because otherwise, why are you letting everybody just float around?
Plus, I think what I've definitely come to realize. Like, I saw it when I was in China, and I saw that it could be a problem, but I didn't think it would be as big a problem as it is. But what I've come to realize that is even when the new cases and everything start to go down towards zero, even when that happens, that doesn't mean we're getting out then, because they got to wait a certain amount of time to make sure, like you were talking about, like it's still in the cruise ships and everything. So it does us no good to like all of a sudden everybody breaks out and then the whole thing starts all over again. So,
Oof.
you know,
And big problem for the comic book industry right now is that a lot of their stuff comes from China, comes from India, it comes from, Thailand and all that other stuff. A lot of the printing companies that print for this stuff comes from these countries that are all of a sudden hitting hard
yeah.
right now. So, uh,
Especially the smaller companies, um,
mhm.
the indie companies, the crowdsourced comics. A lot of those they go to printers in Asia. So it's like, yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is being canceled. I think like even Alterna Comics, I think that they get their stuff
Hmm.
printed overseas as well. So
Yeah, so that's what I feel. You gotta. So I've already talked about how much I feel sorry for the little local comic book shops, but those indie comics that were just freaking getting their footing, man, and fucking starting to. I mean, there was weeks where freaking some of these indie comics were whooping DC's and Marvel's ass. When it comes to speculation, just whooping their ass, and then, all of a sudden the movie industry was looking towards those guys. So like, hey, you guys got some good stuff. Let me throw some money at you, right? And now all of a sudden it just stops, comes to a holding stop because they don't even have a gauge to see what's good or not because no readers are going out there to freaking breathe out there.
mhm.
People are like, oh yeah, you can just go to Comixology and get that stuff digital. Nope, nope, nope. You know, because right now, on Comixology, it's just DC, Marvel, some Image stuff and everything. But some of those little guys, those I'm talking about the little guys that have some really good stuff. This stuff is not on there.
I actually saw some good news earlier today. Um, WonderCon and then the Comic Con on their site, they're doing their
Hmm.
small press exhibit still, and they've got a list of all of the websites. So all the people that are supposed to be at Comic Con and WonderCon,
Uh huh.
they're having like a virtual exhibit hall there, and all those small press publishers are selling their stuff using the WonderCon and Comic Con site as a portal. So if you go there, you can
Ooh.
check all the stuff out and then buy it directly from the creators and get it that way.
Okay.
So you can get the small
Okay.
comic, the indie comic stuff and everything that way. So that was pretty cool. So they're
Ooh.
doing something like that.
Right. Because so that's one of the best things that I find for some of these Comic Cons is I'm always looking to see what's that exclusive comic book that they're selling out there that I might want to buy because the last one was the Wolverine, the yellow Wolverine joint that's out there that's selling for that originally sold for like $40. That was like $150. Um, so that's one of the worst things for artists and those writers are out there that are, just trying to freaking make an extra buck just to pay the bills, man. Is that
Yeah.
they can't go to a virtual con, they can't freaking, or they can't go to a Comic Con, they can't have some of those fanboys, fangirls come out there if we could try and buy some of their stuff, commission some art. Those guys are going to get hard too, man.
Yeah.
Freaking,
Well, I mean, the last
um,
time I was at a con, I ended up buying a bunch of comics from small comic creators that I'm just walking around looking at stuff and I'm like seeing stuff that looks cool and you pick it up. And those guys, I've come to find out that those guys make their living off of selling stuff at conventions, you know, and
mm,
now they've lost all of that income right now. So it's
yeah,
it's it's difficult for those
yeah,
dudes, or those not
right.
just dudes,
But yeah. So what I would encourage them to do is hit us up at Comic Crusaders. If we can, we will definitely freaking try and help them out. Definitely try and freaking put your stuff on our website. We'll work something out, man.
Yeah.
Freaking um,
I know for a fact
we're
that
all.
at Crusaders loves indie comics. So I mean, we're all about the indie comics at Comic Crusaders, and so
Oh
people.
yeah, man. I mean, I was definitely all about freaking. There was After Dark was always all about some of the indies, man. Every time something came out in the previews, I would talk about make sure I start with the indies and the manga first, talk about all that stuff, and try and expose some of that stuff until some political bull stuff went down. But yes, indies is where it's at right now.
Yeah.
Well, it was where it was. Um, it's hard to see right now where the indies are going to be able to recover.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to see where almost everything is going to be. It's hard to
You know,
predict what's going to happen. It's just I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
weird.
I
It's weird
mean,
right now. It's hard to see where all this is going to go.
yeah.
So
I mean, DC. I think DC is going to be okay because they were selling a lot of their stuff on Walmart at the very least. Marvel was selling this stuff. DC and Marvel was selling the stuff like Books A Million and Barnes Noble.
mhm,
But for the indies that don't have access to those big publishers or those big freaking store shops,
mhm.
I don't know what they're going to do, man.
Yeah,
Um, which is a shame because we had some really good stories out there. Um, that stuff that I was hoping, that would somehow, make it to the big screen, whatever. But
yeah. I saw
so,
some site is offering a service in the next 2 weeks. They're supposed to go live where you can order whatever books you want. That's what they're saying. I take this with a grain of salt, but they're saying whatever books you want, indies, uh, established companies, whatever, and then you'll get a digital copy now, and then they say that your floppy will be at your local comic book store for you to have a copy of it there whenever your comic book store opens.
ooh, right. See that's what I was. It was about maybe 2 years ago when I brought up that idea. I was like, okay, you raise the prices on some of these comic books, right? But then you had this weird code where I was supposed to use my camera or use my phone to grab the code and then it would bring it to my computer. I was like, how about you just start off that way, right? Every single comic book that you guys are putting out, if I'm buying a hard copy, guess what? There should be some type of digital copy as well. But then that just went away. Everybody forgot about it, and just nothing. Now, guess what? You got no choice.
Yep.
You got to make it happen, right? Freaking, you've already paid the artists, you've already paid the writers to write you some bullshit. Freaking, make it happen. Get it, get it somehow on my computer right now. You're not gonna be. You're not. I'll tell you what. You're not gonna make me pay $3.50 for it. But you better get some money now, right? Because I know you're not gonna be able to wait till September or August to freaking pay the bills.
Right.
It's not gonna happen for you. So they better figure something out. You know?
Definitely.
Um, so you mentioned earlier that you were reading a whole bunch of Vampirella stuff. What's that all about? What are you into right now? Because I'm not really a reader. However, I do love the art that
Uh-huh.
has been going around for Vampirella right now. Like the cover art is absolutely fantastic. Adam Hughes has been doing some stuff. Stanley Artgerm has been doing some good stuff. Um, and Lupia Barrio has been doing some good stuff. What are you into as far as are you into the art or are you into the story?
I'm more into the stories, but the art is great. The latest issue that just came out, the cover is fire. It is so good. Uh, really, really sexual though. Like my wife
Hmm.
saw us, came home, she was like, "Woo!" That was a little. Uh, yeah, the stories are really good right now. Vampirella stories are there's two titles that got out right now. They got Vengeance of Vampirella, which I'm not reading, but I'm reading the main Vampirella book, and yeah, it's really good right now. They got this whole thing with this. There's this nun, this group of nuns that are like vampire hunters, but one of them is in a relationship with Vampirella, so she's like keeping Vampirella safe. So that's interesting. And there's this stuff going on with this coven of witches and stuff like that. And her mother Lilith is trying to undercut Vampirella and like bring her back into the fold by like framing her for all these murders and everything going on. So it's a really interesting,
Mhm.
it's a good story right now. It's got a lot of good horror elements, but then there's still like there's always like comedy and like the sexual themes and stuff like that with Vampirella stories. So it's a really good book right now. It's it's much more serious, more horror than Elvira is. Elvira is Elvira. You know, Elvira's tongue in
Yeah.
cheek. There's 4 elements, but it's never like hardcore horror. But Vampirella was like right on that line between horror and with a little bit of comedy and other stuff thrown in. And yeah, I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's a really great book to read, especially if you're into stuff like. I also love Hellblazer from Vertigo. And like I said, I like Hellboy and BPRD from Dark Horse. I read those. Joe Golem, Occult Detective from Dark Horse is another one. So I'm into all those like paranormal horror books and stuff like that. I like a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, man, freaking Nemesis, man, it is been an absolute pleasure
Cool.
to have you on here, man. Freaking between you and Jeff Racy, man, you definitely know your stuff, man. It's been a pleasure to have you talking on here about indies and all the crazy stuff that's been happening, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. I haven't gotten to talk to you before, so I'm so glad I'd come on and be able to chat for a little bit, and hopefully I'll be tomorrow night too. So
yeah, this won't be the last time, man. Freaking, I'm gonna freaking start trying to ring you up early Sunday, April 5th, 2020. Don't know what time. Maybe freaking late Saturday night, man. Freaking or early Saturday morning. Trying to ring you up. Freaking see what's going on, and so we can kind of pregame this whole virtual con stuff, and tell the people what to watch out for, and just get it going, man. Freaking. So I'm gonna let you go ahead. We can get sleep. Freaking take care of the mama and the babies, and freaking. And then I gotta try and finish off this bottle.
hey,
But absolutely, man. Thank you, Nemesis, for getting on with me.
no problem. Awesome to talk to you, man, and I'll definitely catch up with you later. Have a good one, bro.
All right, man. You
And
too, man.
good luck with that bottle. So,
Oh man, it's a long one, so I might have to wait till Sunday to freaking finish it off, man.
yeah, you finish that tonight. You're not gonna be awake for Sunday. So
We'll see, man. All right.
have a good
Out.
one, man.